You have been summoned. Oh man. How you doing, Halo? I'm trying to get Reddit up and running, so... Easy on the language? Broadcasting is safe for work. God damn, what is Reddit on today? Shit, like what's going on with Reddit? It's always something with Reddit. Always something. DB Music Group, hey man. Welcome to the stream. I don't know what the deal is with Reddit at the moment. I'm trying desperately to get this to work. Part of it is... Alright, that's weird. Okay. I don't know, it wouldn't let me stream because it's like, oh, this title is not safe for work, and I just said, I just want to have sex with your asshole. Like, come on. No, I tried saying, like, we'll do knife tricks for updudes, but... Apparently knife tricks aren't even good, not too good for Reddit. Too good for Reddit, apparently. Knife tricks. Come on, man. Man's gotta get by on some kind of tricks. Hardcore weaving. Okay. Well, we're working on the hardcore weave today, so you're in for a treat. I will use the frame, because apparently that's way more accessible to people. Alright, let's see what's happening here. Okay, so we just need that. I'm just gonna position it back a little more. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Right, it's weird. By the way, Halo, there's people talking in YouTube. Mysteriously, so you guys want to like meme together? Meme together on YouTube. Why is that not focusing? Is that just the way it is? I don't know why that's not focusing. Hold on. It's clearly. Yeah, that's alright. Making BD7 equipment? Of course. This is all for the... We've got so many people wanting sexy things. So... It's for the dungeon, and not the dungeon you think. Let's see the knife tricks, boy. Didn't even put it in the title and you're asking for knife tricks. Have you been here before? Have you been here like since my small butterfly knife trick phase? Have you been here for that? Because I know like a few tricks. I'm a little out of practice, but I can do them. Okay, so we have... Alright, so we'll leave in this bit. I'll finish off this row first, and then we'll get into the tricks. So you were doing the insane weave, 12 in 1. We're doing a 12-in-1 weave today. Alright, so... And we're using galvanized 1.6 millimeters of steel. So... It should be enough to stop any kind of knife cutting attack, even swords. So it should be a good time. I'll get to the tricks, don't worry. Like, I just want to finish off this row first, which is kind of getting away from me. It's like not there. Oh god, it totally got away from me. It's because the connector strings are very, very small, so they're only just large enough to have two widths of the chain, so they're perfectly, they're cut just big enough to just capture two rings. So they're, I made the smallest ring possible with a little bit of give, but okay. Just want to finish this right here. So this is an insane 12-in-1 Japanese chainmail weave. Just need one more ring up here. I think it's a mosquito net for bats. No, it's an N95 mask. Sure is. But why bother making 1,000 loops for that armor so it doesn't come apart? Obviously, more holes make the cargo faster, right? They're speed holes. Barely see the seam. It's good. Yes. I know some sites poop dicks when it comes to knives. I'm a Twitch meme at lol. If I can't, then I'm no use. What is a meme if not his Halo? Oh, what is a meme if not his Kappa, I guess. If you want a meme together on YouTube, you can. Canonized Hyrule Booyals. More holes makes me. DB Music Group? Are you still. DB Music Group. I can't believe I've a follower called that. Are you still around, DB? I'm about to finish this row so I can pull out the knife soon. We're just about there. Cool, we finished that row. Yeah, we finished it. So this is 6-in-1. Well, 12-in-1, sorry. There's 12 connections per ring. Steampunk grandma in scarves. This is way more ancient than steampunk. Let me tell you. Back in my day, we didn't have steam. Or those locomotives you youngins keep talking about. We didn't have steam or locomotives. We just had fire. Called it a big flame back in those days. What was coal? Alright. Wow. It's thundering outside. The weather is very weird in New South Wales right now. Like one moment it'll be like sweltering hot, and then suddenly it will be very like suddenly it'll be just stormy. So I hope I don't get any power surges because there's a lot of electronic equipment running right now. Tell me a story. I had a wife like you. But one day she gets in a car accident and she turns to be hideous. No matter what I said, she still believed she was a monster. So I do this to my face. You know what the ironic thing is? She couldn't stand the sight of me. Alright, I'm gonna get my glasses because this is really fine work and Reddit text is too small. You wanna know how I got these scars? Thanks, Low Translator. Really appreciate the praise. Sounds like I'm done saying this, but I don't know chainmail was made like that. Oh, it was made in Japan. This is like a Japanese weave. So there are all sorts of weaves that exist in mankind. I personally think that some of the European weaves are just look insane. They have figured out a pattern that is so dense that you can't actually get a knife through. It's called like King's Mail or like 12-in-1. It's like a super dense weave, and you can't see through it. That's how dense it is. So it's pretty much like wearing like a knitted steel. It's like a steel sweater. The only way I wanna was a way I can do. Alright, good music group. It's actually 45, so it's really nice. You live 40 degrees is really cold in the US. 40 degrees in Australia is very hot. Use the metric system already, but nobody uses Fahrenheit anymore. Together this thing. So the Japanese word for chain is called kusari. It also means chain mail. They kind of like refer to several things with just the one word. But this is 12-in-1, which is basically just doubling down on the 6-in-1 weave. I'm gonna connect this last one. And then we'll see. Sometimes it's just harder to use the frame. God damn, I keep like slipping. I'm slipping, boy. I'm slipping, boy. Don't you slip, boy. Well, I am. I'm losing. Holding too tight. I lost the edge. Yeah. Oh man, I made a mess of that. Just gonna try and see if I can fix this. It's gonna be one ugly lick, but no one's gonna know because it's like 1 in thousands. So it's fine. If I had $1, I'd give you $2. Thank you so much. It's not a scary story. Vikings had it. Yeah, I don't know any scary stories. Vikings had giant holes in their beards, so their Vikings had giant holes so their beards wouldn't get pitched. Did they? I don't think so. Celsius, America. How long does it take to finish it? Quite a while. This one's like months in progress. I'd say 4 months. But it's on and off. I don't do this full time. Japan isn't real. It's a democratic hoax. That's right. Just like the communist. I don't know. I feel like that's one of America's like boogeymen. Yeah. It's like one of their mythical creatures that they're afraid of. Oh, the communist. They threaten our way of life. Those red devils are crossing the sea. No, this is part-time. I have a day job. If I did this full-time, I wouldn't be able to feed myself. So, I have an engineering job, and I do this part-time. Even though this takes, like, a long time, I'm doing something else at the same time, so I don't feel like I'm losing a lot of time, you know what I mean? So I'm doing this while I stream, so I'm also building up a YouTube channel at the same time. So, you know, there's a lot of time being utilized here. We're building out some chainmail, talking to you guys, obviously. Hope you're enjoying the work. Okay, so I'll put 2 connections on there, that's fine. We made everything here from scratch, so every ring is made from a wire. Oh man, we forgot to connect these two. That's a big thunder song on it. Communism rules. It sure does. But it's too easy. It's too easy for the state to take control. So whilst communism works in theory, like human nature will make it break down in a matter of days. Keep slipping. Why do I suck so much, Reddit? Why do I suck so much? Almost. Okay, that's a good joy. Cool. Das ist cool. Maybe it helps to calm down. It looks relaxing. It does. It's It's so relaxing that sometimes you just want to sleep. It's not that interesting, but if you fill it with conversation, it's very much like something you can do in the background as you're waiting for things to happen on like Netflix or whatever. If you're going through like a particularly slow episode, you could just, you know, weave some stuff together. There's a chainmail tutorial on YouTube that I put together if you want to figure out my entire process. But it's very easy to start and make your own rings and put everything together. Just be warned though, like this particular style is budded, which means it's not joined together. The ends of the rings are just pressed together. So you know you have rings that look. Focus camera. I know you can do it. If I hold my hand here, will it focus? Yeah. So as you can see, So as you can see, like the rings aren't connected. We're just gonna like press the ends together, and that's what we call budded chainmail. You have like riveted, which is basically you rivet the ends together, and then welded, which is obviously welding the ends together. Riveted is the more traditional way of like securing good chainmail. They did do budded as well, but generally you want your chainmail like riveted. And just the way of things, most reenactors will just cream their pants if you wear riveted, because it's a lot of effort to rivet chainmail, and also riveted chainmail is very strong, so it is more resistant to attack than just budded chainmail would be. Ah, God. Keep slipping. Giving you Vietnam flashbacks, really? You weren't there, man. You weren't there. Oh, that's good. So I'm trying to like add some connections to this, and we have 4 connections ready, so that means we can put like weave on the big ring. So I'm just gonna put that here and here. Just press the ends together. Who knew? I'm just going to press the actual ends together a little bit. Oh, it's good. So we got like another ring on the end. Alright, so I want to continue the thread going down there, so I think I'll try and make a chain. It's kind of pointless just to open up one and just connect more on here. So we just want to close this loop right here. Close the loop. Just very gently nudge the ends into position so that they join on flush as much as you can. Like a perfectly good ring there. Now, these are the connections. They're like 3 times smaller than the actual jump ring. So the connections are, I think, 4 mils wide. So it's got a 4mm inner diameter. The Americans won't know what we're talking about. So it's got a 4mm inner diameter, which is just enough to fit two widths of this wire. Those 2 widths of this wire would be 3.2 mils coming from a 1.6 millimeter width. So just under 2 millimeters. The width of that wire. So in order to have two, if you line up the wires side by side, the new width would be 3.2 mils. So that's why we had to make a ring of at least 3.2 mils. We want some movement as well, so we'll have a little bit of give so that these rings can just move around. So yeah. So I have a 4mm inner diameter, so these rings are like twice, like half the size. Maybe a quarter the size. Okay, so what we're trying to do here is that I like to start with a chain. So instead of just hooking rings onto the main piece, I like to do a grid of prep. What Jamie Oliver does, yeah? Just do a little bit of prep to make the main cooking dish go way faster. What you do is you make a chain. Oh shit, I really fucked that one over. That's not meant to happen. Sometimes you press too hard and you miss your mark. It's okay, you can just open it up again. But it does have like a little kink in it now. So you just, so when this happens, try to close it up as best as you can. And then you can use your pliers to squeeze the kink out, so there is the kink. Right there, just use the pliers to flatten it out. But yes, don't use too much force, otherwise you're just going to miss your mark. It has a little bit of steel, it's not quite flat the edge, so I'm going to use these flush cutters to just chop off the edge and make it flat. And just okay, so we've still got like a bit of a gap, so we're just gonna like squeeze these inwards, close up the gap. Yeah, nice. Now I have a flush cutting. Okay, so beginning of our chain right there. Thanks, Don Seeking. Appreciate the company. Still pooping there, DB Music Group. I forget your real name now. You are forever known to me as DB. I forget your Reddit name. Leave your way into my heart. Whoa, Silent Devil. Good to see you, man. How have you been? How's work and life? Have you found any yet? Said you were still searching. I think it's kind of hard in Queensland, yeah? Said you were searching for work in Queensland. But hey, at least you have gel blasters. I think gel blasters would be a cool little variation on airsoft. I wonder how how good gel blasters fly. I feel like Queensland is like a super progressive state to be in. Kind of like the first in like environmental laws, and you've got like a lot of plantations up there. I think like Queensland is more progressive than all the other states. WA is, where I'm from, WA is kind of more like separatist. It's like WA is just like, oh, we have all the mines and we make all of our money. Yet we have to give like all the money we generate to the federal government, and then we get distributed back a lot less money. So that's why WA is like very separatist all the time. They feel like they can basically just run their own country without the federal government, which may be true. Might be true. How are you doing, Silent Devil? Got back from holidays. Work? No. Life? Also no. Oh, I am in New South Wales, so the problem with WA is that the only work you can get into is mines, banking, and maybe property. That's about it. There's nothing interesting going on in WA. It's just how it is. So, upon graduating, I wanted to do something interesting with my life, so I wanted to branch out and try working in some different, like, not different industries. So I came over to work at explosives for a bit as a programmer, see how that was like, and then I think you know about my updates, but now I work in defense. So you may not know this, but Newcastle is a city that has, it's like a smallish city. It's not a capital city. It's a smallish kind of city. I'd say it's pretty small. But because like Sydney has no room, people have been moving out and it's growing and stuff like that. It's also like, it also houses a military Air Force base. So there's a lot of tech that derives from that. So in fact, it's like when you like, we have a small airport here. It does do international flights, but it's not a lot of them. Basically, like all that technology is like literally right next to the airport. It's just how it is. So we also have like a docks as well because we export a lot of coal. But I'm there because of the military installation, so I'm in defense now. Still in my probation period, so it could go either way, but we'll see. Yeah. I feel like the amount of time it takes to make is the reason we don't make chainmail anymore. feel like that, and even if we made chainmail, it wouldn't protect you from much anyway. So Dizzy, if I can call you that. Chainmail doesn't really do much against bullets. Like, I'm pretty sure a bullet can fit through one of these holes. So mainly we don't use chainmail anymore because the weapons got too good, basically. It's like, it doesn't protect you from anything anymore. I think though it would protect you a decent amount from like bites and like cuts, but other than that. So I think you can still get chainmail gloves nowadays. I think they still use them in fisheries when they have to deal with like sharks and tuna. So anything that bites, really, you can still get chainmail gloves for. It's a very niche market. It's like they're only used, I think, in fish markets when they have to deal with like crabs and sharks and seafood. Not really, but you're right, they're not really used nowadays. But back in the day, they were great because they were looking for like a secondary armor that would complement like plate armor. So the problem with plate armor is that even though it offers a great deal of protection, who would have thought that wearing a massive steel plate on your body would slow down how you move, and it would also restrict your movements. So wearing like plate all over you would just basically be putting you in a cast. So it's not very maneuverable. And you couldn't move as much, which means at the time you can't even swing your sword properly. Also, it's very heavy, so with like broadhead arrows and throwing spears, you wanted good plate that didn't, yield. So the solution they came up with is that, okay, so we're going to have plate as the main armor, but where your joints are so that you can still move and stuff, we're going to develop this under armor so that you're still somewhat protected in your weak spots. So the weak spots being your armpits, your groin, neck, all that stuff. It's also very compact chainmail, so you can actually like weave chainmail into regular clothing. So it offers like a hidden bonus. So it's like hidden armor. You can hide it in the lining of clothing. So that on the outside you don't look like you're prepared for to get stabs, but you can still have that little bit of clothing anyway, or armor. So it's easy to hide. So you can use it. You can like hide it in your clothes, and like literally sew it into the lining of your clothes. Nice. This longer. big ring now. Oh. Well, that ring's gone forever. Dropped it on the floor. Oh, it's gone forever. Just lurking at the moment, setting up my friend's group. Oh, Secret Santa. Nice. Glad. Cherish those friends, bud. It's a good time to spread joy. That time of the year. Glad you have plans. Like it's so hard to do that kind of stuff. I don't really have any plans this Christmas. I think this is it. I'm just gonna make some Christmas chainmail, which is just our regular chainmail. Pretty long chain. Is Reddit dying again? Am I losing connection? Oh, I lost. Oh, okay. That's why. It's like at the time limit. Part 2. Your music group is still around. I was planning to do that knife trick, but if you moved on, we could save it for next time. Like a month in advance. Oh, we do this every year, month in advance. Tell me about it. Sounds really cool. Sounds very wholesome. I don't really have such a friend group that I can do that for, but I'm happy for you. Song? I'll post in chat for you. What song is this? Okay. Well, I don't know if this is right, but this is what it's called on SoundCloud, so there you go. I know, right? Like, it would have taken ages. But then again, like, this would be a full-time job, and you'd have tons of people making it every day, so it's not so bad. Then again, like, you don't have to have, like, chainmail, you can just get leather. I think killing a cow is faster than like, stretching out the wire, buying the metal, stretching... Oh god, I made a mess of this. I think killing a cow is faster, so leather armor is probably preferable. On the upside, steel is very cheap in Australia because we just mine a lot of it. So it's really weird, but leather is more expensive than steel in Australia. I don't know, I think in the US steel is pretty expensive. But Australia, oh man, you just pick it up off the ground. It's not so bad. I'm sure they had like faster ways of doing this. I actually don't think that. I think this is as fast as it goes. Alright, so we're gonna try attaching it to the main piece now. How do I want this to hang? Is it better like this way? No, I'm gonna hang it up like this. And I've got to make sure that I'm attaching it the right way. So put that aside for a moment, and like just measure out. Whoop. So this is what I'm trying to make. This is an arm sleeve, which we're going to reinforce with chainmail. So I need to make sure like it's as long as I need it to be. It's actually longer. Gotta fix that. I think I made it too long. I'm gonna have to cut back. I made it too long. Unless I do like make it go across. I think I have to cut some of this back. I'm gonna have to cut it back. So it's meant to be that long, and then yeah. I was just blindly weaving, and now it's kind of too long. What I need it to be. So I'm gonna have to cut back. Which is okay. Alright, we're gonna have to cut back. So if you're interested, the part I have to cut back is this part. So it's too long for the sleeve. Which is a good problem to have, because then we could just... Okay, so we just gotta cut down. I mean, we could cut the rings. I feel like that's just wasteful. Okay. And also, it would just kill my pliers to cut. I may as well just undo them. We weren't really thinking about the shape it needed to be in, so I'm just going to cut it right here. actually needs to be like even shorter than that car. You thought making chainmail was annoying, undoing chainmail is even more annoying. Sorry, I'll catch up to chat in a moment. Just gotta figure out where I want to cut from. Maybe it's easier to just go for the jump rings because they're bigger. Just leave the connection rings on. I feel like maybe undoing the jump rings may be faster. I'll try that after this. Okay, so we've undone that. Maybe I'll undo the jump rings and then we will clean up the, if I can find the seam. There it is. So if I undo this seam, just undo the big ring. Just unhook it like that. I think that's way faster. Right, I'm gonna just attack the big rings. And then maybe clean up the connections afterwards. Ooh. Okay, so we found our edge, which is good. Still have, I want to relocate this ring from here. I want to square off the design, so I want to connect it down here. Right. Thread this through. Done. Okay. Alright, so we squared it off somewhat. It's going to be a little higher than I intended for it to be, but it's still a good length. Okay, so we need to just square off this corner and then we can just work on expanding it outwards. Yep. Chainmail was riveted back then, so it wasn't so tedious. Yeah. Oof, why did I? Because Spotify doesn't really have like copyright-free tracks. That's why. I don't want to get banned. I'm always organizer, but it's hell trying to organize it. Oh, you're letting your phone charge. Okay, Halo. I'm always the organizer, but hell's trying to organize it because everyone's schedules are different. We decide on the date and the price number. Well, sucks being the organizer, but you know, you are the glue keeping your friend group together. Okay, so I want to just build out those edges. always been a bit of a loner. I've been like, I don't know, I don't think it's homesickness, I think it's just not getting my share of like my social need. I'm not fulfilling that lately. I've always been like not good with people. Which is why I'm on here. Hopefully I can like create a group of friends on here. With you guys. Sweet. Alright, getting something. Okay, so we want to square it off, so it has to be alternating. It goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So we're going to connect one here. Using the mini connector rings that we pulled off. I don't know how people can be alone. This goes in here, under here. Seal that off. One step closer to victory. Okay, so we're slowly squaring that off. We just need a couple of rings in here. I don't think we can reuse this very well. We'll just have to figure out another place to put this patch. We only need like a small triangle to get in there. Alright, we may as well try and... I don't know if it's worth salvaging this. Doesn't look like it's worth salvaging. Like a small hex of rings here. Screw it. We'll just salvage it anyway. Where did we separate these from? Take out this one. Cool, we have a small little triangle. That's all we need to patch that. So that's where it's going to go. way too bent out of shape, but we'll give it a shot anyway. We're getting there, we're getting there. Just need another connection on that. Stop all the connection things, so that's good. Cool, so we linked our first ring in there. Just need to sew that across. And we're golden. Channel was riveted, yeah, it's true, Delta. So sorry I didn't respond to you in time, but Delta was riveted back then. So not only did you have to, you know, connect all the wire, like stretch out your wire, coil all your rings, but you also had to like basically flatten the edges, punch a small hole through it, and then through that hole. So how you would rivet is usually the rings for riveting you overlap, and then with the overlap you hammer the overlap flat, and then that makes a little patch. You punch a hole through that, and then you put pin through that, and then you rivet that closed. And that is how you do rivets. But you need a forge because it's easier to do if the metal's heated up. It's extremely hard to punch holes if it's like hard. It's possible, but hard. Sew that back together. Alright, see you, Silent Devil. Come to Queensland, we can chill. Aw, thanks man. Borders did open up, so maybe, if you'll have me. Okay. Alright, just need one more connection. And we're good. I'm done with this squaring off. And then we can just focus on widening it. yeah, riveted. Chainmail was riveted back then, so it wasn't solo tedious. But still, all of it could be done by one person, but it would have been so much more tedious. How do you have the patience? You know, you just do it when you're bored. I'm kind of doing it just because I'm bored. And you know, Corona, man, like we're forced to be inside, so it's just a project to work on while you watch movies at home, really. What happens if you stab the chainmail? It probably would go through because the rings aren't welded together, so it would just break apart. So it's not very hard to pull apart one of these rings, which is essentially what you're doing when you're stabbing through it. So with enough force, you'll be able to get through. But if you were like trying to cut, you'd have a much harder time, because it's not easy to cut through just through wire with just a blade. Just cleaning up these edges. Alright, that's cleaned up. Got like one square piece of chainmail here. Now we just got to expand it sideways, which means just making the chain longer. So we'll try and connect this, continue this chain and connect it up. Am I gonna get electrocuted? I don't think so. Really weird that it's being done. I'm gonna have to fix that after. Where's the gambeson? We're trying. Except you know, Japanese didn't really have gambesons. They just wore these over their gis. They had like something called a manchira, which was steel plates woven between cloth. So I think that's as close as you're gonna get to, but it wasn't like a full garment. So it was like more of a brigadine, it was like a small patch that they wore around the neck. So it wasn't that huge. Just trying to make this chain longer. We're pretty much there. It's got some extra connections that we don't need. I am now in the Pokemon Legendary and Shiny business. What does that even mean? Are you selling them online? Or are you just sort of like collecting Shinies for yourself? Or are you selling holographic Pokemon cards? What is it? Because I hear like they have hacks online that you can just... I heard they hack the game so you don't have to hunt for them anymore, you can just download them. That's what I hear. Oh, you breed. Yeah, okay. Mass trades and such. I see. And it knows the Pokemon in any way. I breed. Oh, okay. So you're just breeding Pokemon. So you call it a business. Are you doing it for other people, or are you just doing it like just a game? It's a lot. It takes a lot of time hatching eggs to get that perfect Pokemon with perfect stats. Isn't that right? Like, you have to spend a lot of time like breeding Pokemon to get the right stats and the right nature. I hear nature's like randomized. Yeah, I don't know too much about breeding. And you have to like... I think nature comes with breeding, right? If you get two moody parents, you get a moody child, I think. Breed and catch on the Pokemon Go, and then send them to Pokemon Home, and then I use them to trade for Pokemon I want. Oh, okay. Or I can trade Pokemon Flight Equipment. I was able to obtain a shiny Korean. Oh wow. Currently trying to get the new horse Pokemon to use as trades for a nice. I didn't know. Oh, Pokemon Go has come such a long way since you know, Generation 1. What generation is it now, Pokemon Go? I also find it. Oh, Pokemon Go is a little easier. Zygrade, wow, Xerneas. Pokemon Go is a little easier. I put over the past 2 years, taking them all out of my Pokemon Go to my home so I can use as trades. Wait, so what is that all about, right? So, are you able to transfer like Pokemon Go Pokemon to like Pokemon to the Pokemon games? What's Pokemon Home? Is Pokemon Home just like the cloud server or service? And you just upload to your PC basically? Is that what it is? Ah! Almost a disaster. Okay. Oh, okay. By the end of the month, I believe I'll have every legendary. Noise. I think you're 8 or 9. You can. It was just integrated. Now you can. Oh, it was just integrated. Uploads to my app on my Switch and phone. Wow. I didn't know Go was like on the Switch now. That's sweet. It's pretty neat. But I haven't played a Pokemon game in forever. Uses the global trade system as well. Okay, but you have a transport in Pokemon Go that recharges by the week and you can set over a limited amount of Pokemon. Wow. Unless you pay money, of course, right? Unless you pay money. Pretty sure that's a money thing. That free, yeah. Yeah. Of course, that's how they're gonna do it. Wow, I didn't know if Pokemon Go finally linked with the main games. That's cool. Do you think the main games now will like just go to? Do you think the main games now will just be on mobile, like Android? Do you think? I don't think. I think like I think the smart move. I think it would be better if the main Pokemon games went to mobile. Because it feels like you don't need like high spec devices to play Pokemon anymore. But then again, like Nintendo needs all the help it can get in selling the next console after Switch. I don't know how long the Switch era will last, but I think like the Switch will last. I'm gonna say like three years. 3 years of Switch, and then they will move to a new console. What do you think? Is a console generation like is a console generation? How long is a console generation? Feels like 3 to 5 years. I think that's how long it is. Pokemon Sword and Shield is too much for phones. Oh, okay. It's much better on home consoles now. I know, man. They always release like a Switch Lite or a DS Lite, something light. So I think it can be done. Nah, they already plan on a Switch Pro. Is that just a Switch but with higher specs? So what's the Pro? Do you know much about it? Is it sort of like an Xbox S where, you know, you just have a larger drive or RAM or graphics card? Is that what it is? Yeah. We're just making this super long, but I'm really just cleaning up all the connection rings around here. They don't really connect to anything on this ring. Just like relocating them to the ends and then just making the chain longer. So I'm making the chain less hairy. Okay, well, let's see. Better than the handheld. Switch is just gonna be around longer than 3DS for sure. 3DS didn't last for long. Console gens last about 8 years. Oh, okay. Alright. PS4 and Xbox One lasted 7 years. Oh man, I feel so old. The Switch will be upgraded versions, I see. No, not yet, nothing revealed yet, but it's introduced sometime next year. Jeez. It's too early for a new generation of console. Just too early. I might have to reinstall RPAN Reddit. It just seems to be dying for no reason. Oh, I attached 3 connection rings for no reason. I'm just gonna remove one. Very easy to lose track of what you're doing, just doing a repetitive thing over and over again. Okay. Getting pretty long. I don't know. I'm only interested in Smash. I've gotten tired of Pokemon. It's just more of the same thing. Story isn't great, it's just collect more things. Yeah, it doesn't really do it for me. I might get into Animal Crossing. I don't know. Just seems like a very Stardew Valley thing to do. Stardew Valley is a cool game. Just make a successful farm. I think that's largely what Animal Crossing is. Just build a cool house. Fill it with cool stuff. Don't see a new Nintendo console coming out any soon because of the first. Because of it being their first home console? What do you mean by home console? Wasn't the Wii or the Wii U a home console? After this Reddit runs out, which is in 48 seconds. Thanks for watching. I'll be restarting the stream soon. Just check that out. Stay tuned. Upvote and follow if you haven't done so already. Okay. Why does it keep showing that? Okay. A black box was bothering me for a while. Have to Hey, Civilized Fire, welcome to the stream. Sorry about the quality. Reddit has been acting up for me lately, so I'll have to fix that off stream. How you doing? Sorry, Halo. Let me see. Like I said, I don't see. Yeah, new console. I stopped. I didn't play X or Y, much Black White. What I even know is, I think the last one that I played was Shield and Sword. And that's it. And that's all I played. I picked up Pokemon Go again because I walked at work a lot. That's cool. I don't walk. I don't work. I don't walk a lot at work very much myself. So may as well play the game. Then I picked up Pokemon Go again. Yeah, Shield expansions. Shield expansions? They had expansions? Catching everything she can. Oh, on her mobile? Or like actually Sword and Shield? She has Shield and I have Sword. Ooh, power couple. Nice. Wii was more so a different kind of console. Wii U was a fail. Wii was like their first attempt at, you know, like the whole like motion controller thing was very unique. I didn't think it would ever pick up. I think Wii was like successful in its own right because it was different and it offered like a lot of exclusives right at the start. So it's pretty neat. Had like a good selection of games right off the bat. I still have my Switch. I only use it to play Smash though. Sold my day one Switch along to and recently bought a Lite and a new Switch for my house. So what's the difference between like the Switch and the Lite? Like why bother? I feel like the Switch is like mobile as it is. Why would you even want a lighter build of a mobile platform? Okay, so now that we've gotten like the full length of this thing, we're just gonna build across. Just gonna get rid of these connections because they're kind of dumb. Okay, so we're gonna just start connecting this together row by row. Bought it again just for Pokemon Sword and Shield, plus I missed Price Bang of what? Like, sheesh. I don't get that. Like, why play a game you've already finished, you know? The only kind of game that I had that sort of like experience with was Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Grand Theft Auto 3. So it was the first time the Grand Theft Auto series went 3D and it wasn't horrible to play. So if you remember Grand Theft Auto 2 and 1 and like that spin-off in between, it was all 2D and it was really hard to play. And then Grand Theft Auto 3 came along and I was like, damn, it's like a role-playing game. Those were the days. So, the only reason why I came back to GTA 3 and Vice City was because like I had this weird period, this weird era, gaming area where I had a PS2 but I didn't have a memory card, and my parents refused to get me a memory card, so I would have to speed run Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City. I would have to speed run it to play the new missions. Let me tell you, it's really hard to speed run those games. Cause like I wanted to watch like the story and the cutscenes. Like GTA had a good story and had interesting characters. So yeah, there was a weird period of my gaming career where I didn't have a memory card for my PS2, so I'd have to speed run it because I enjoyed the game so much. And that's when so I never finished it as a high school kid because I didn't have a memory card. And then later on, when GTA came to PC, like as a reboot and re-release, like a port, I was finally able to finish it, because that was very gratifying. Because even though I played the game, I must say, like I played like the first half of the game like 5 times, playing the exact same, startup story missions, and not really quite getting to the end. Because like my FPS coordination at the time was really poor. So there were like missions where you would need to like chase down like money launderer, like chase down people on bikes. It's just like super hard at the end because you got to really difficult levels of steering and obstacle navigation, and all at the same time trying to gun them down. And like the drive-by sort of like view makes you like look the camera like 90 degrees sideways, so you would lose your entire field of vision on where you were driving and what was in front. So yeah, just super janky cameras back then. And so that's the only time where I sort of like wanted to play a game again, because it was such a good game at the time and I never finished it. So that's a game that I've revisited once, but I've never had a game that was like, oh, I need to play that again. It's like I know what happens. It's just I just feel bored doing the same things over again. It's like I get it the first time. And I kind of feel the same way about Breath of the Wild. Like it's very much a sandbox. Just grind up some hearts, beat Ganon at the end, and you don't even need like all of the don't even need all the legendary creatures. Just you could speedrun, go straight to Hyrule Castle and kill him. Making progress, slowly sorting that on. Sorry Reddit, I was like ignoring you guys for a bit. Hey, so how you doing, Civilized Fire? Hope you're still in the chat. What's up? Well, we're just making some chainmail in this quarantine. We're gonna come out armed to the teeth. I swear everyone on Reddit stream has amazing talents. This man is making armor. It's true. Well, you haven't seen anything yet. Did you want to see my plate mail? I actually have plate mail over there. Technically it's not plate mail. Technically it's called lamella armor. So I got some Japanese steel plate over there. If you're keen to see it. Yes, we are making Japanese steel armor. It's not going to be as strong as riveted, but it'll do the job. Doing Oh, you're doing homework. What kind of homework? I'll give you the answers. Hey, John. John? I don't think you're a moron. Because you found this channel of all the other channels. So you must be smart in some sense. You're smart enough to find me. So John, how you doing? On the stream. The stream's all about DIY, and right now we're just making our own armor. I think as a mini project I want to laser cut an Oni mask. So I think I will do that soon. When I finish a project, or when I'm too fed up continuing this, because it does take a while. It's just a lot of weaving. So it does get a little old. When I feel like doing something else, I might just make a Oni mask with a laser cutter. That might be nice. So I'm planning to do that. But if you like DIY stuff and making cool stuff out of just regular objects that you might have at home, then you're in the right place. I encourage you to upvote and follow. If you want to see all of this stuff in HD, follow the YouTube link above. We are streaming in HD. Reddit is weird, forcing us to go portrait mode. So there's that option. There's a chat box there too, and I'll be able to see everything you say. Let's see. It's for the handheld counterpart. Oh, put on TV, right. It's the handheld counterpart. Oh, okay, so the light is the handheld counterpart. It's the Go. It's on for on the go instead of put on a TV. But the Switch is in itself a tablet that you could just pick up and go. I never saw the point of the light. It's like a cut down Switch that doesn't really. I'm gonna assume it has poorer capabilities because it's smaller. You can't miniaturize all that performance in one thing. You ever played Breath of the Wild? Oh, smaller screen. Yeah, it has a smaller screen. I know. I think it may have a better battery. I think. Well, maybe it just has better, like, less power drain because the screen's smaller. But I do have Breath of the Wild actually. I'll prove it to you. So I have it. Got that. But I usually play Smash nowadays because I'm into the competitive games. I like beating my fellow humans into the ground. Sounds like you are good at video games. Kind. Are you being sarcastic? Nah, I just didn't have enough money. Like, as a high school kid, I didn't have a job, so I couldn't buy myself a memory card so that I could finally finish Grand Theft Auto 3 in Vice City. That's all it is. I just had to speed run to where I left off the story, and then, you know, had a lot of time. Breath of the Wild is literally a masterpiece. If you haven't played it, you need to. I do have. Yeah, I know. I just couldn't be bothered saying Divine Beast, the creatures. I've played it. I've finished it. And I think I found everything. It doesn't matter if I haven't. I definitely did not pick up all the Korok seeds because you don't get anything with that. There were like PC gamer articles. There were like video game articles on how like the Korok seeds didn't give you any kind of reward because it's such a trial to pick up all the Korok seeds. For those of you playing at home, Korok seeds are like just a collectible that you find you find hidden all over the place of Breath of the Wild, which is a massive like open world sandbox. Usually, if something like looks odd, like there's a rock in the middle of nowhere, or if there's like a pattern in the wall, or if there's like 5 flowers growing together in a formation, usually there's a Korok seed to be found. And you trade Korok seeds to, you know, expand your inventory slots. And you trade them to this living, this dryad, I guess. It's like a sentient tree almost. You trade them to a sentient tree that has maracas. And the story is that he uses the Korok seeds to fill his maracas, so he can dance, because he's gay. Apparently there are, I think, 500 Korok seeds. And if you collect them all, you don't get a prize. It's just how it is. Did you end up building the town? Because I never really ended up building the town. Apparently there's a town that you can build, and you can be mayor of that town. Yeah, I never found the quest to start it. Anyway. Question. Alright. Scum's bag. I'm just gonna call you a bag. If a girl proposed a boy, and at that time the boy farted, then what's the answer? The answer is a counterfeit. Easy. Are you making a chastity belt? No. It'd be a terrible chastity belt because it's very holy. It wouldn't work at all. I'm pretty sure if your penis was small enough, it would fit through this. So. It wouldn't work. God damn, Reddit. God damn. Keep it in your pants. Alright, here we go. Alright, sweet. 900 Korok seeds. Oh, wow. Clearly someone's been hunting around for them all. I can't say gay on stream. But he is. He totally is gay. You've seen this character, he's gay. You know he is. Just like Tingle. His name is Bloody Tingle. Objectively, that character is gay. And the Reddit police don't care about people like me, so I'm not even. I actually left their affiliate program. It's not enough action. It doesn't make sense to sign up with them when I'm so small. Yes, I'm a complete list. Everything on your third playthrough. Jesus, that's a lot of time to be playing Breath of the Wild. I got kind of bored. Like towards the end, it just seemed like it was pretty much getting very samey. Puzzles started feeling the same. The shrines started feeling the same. The bandit camps were kind of the same. It was yeah. Because it was such like an open experience, like there's no story or characters to get invested in, really. Yeah, it just didn't really have a driving story, and the memories didn't really feel like a good story experience. I don't know. It felt kind of the same after a while. It's like, oh, you know. And like the fact that you're showing the memories out of order, like you kind of just... It's sort of like you're seeing the spoilers of the story. Like it's hard to avoid spoilers for the story because you can find the memories out of order. In fact, I think like if you just found the locations in the order that you're given, I'm pretty sure the story would be given out of order. So it's really hard to, no matter how you played, it was very rare that you were going to get the story in the correct order. So you're essentially spoiling the story for yourself. Like, it's very hard to not spoil the story for yourself. Very few games nowadays have like a cool story to very few games nowadays have a cool story to, you know, show off. I had high hopes for, you know, BioWare, but then BioWare is like now part of EA, and they're never going to produce anything as good as Dragon Age Origins or Mass Effect 2 ever again. It's quite sad. Like, as proof by the Andromeda, like Mass Effect Andromeda, what kind of story is that? Shit is what that was. It's just goddamn terrible. It's just broken in many places. They tried to do the Ubisoft thing by just having too many random encounters. None of it felt... like, you didn't really have a good grasp of the stakes at play. Random encounters, random things to find. Well, just the Ubisoft like open world and a whole bunch of markers sprinkled around all the place. It's the Ubisoft formula, and then EA tried to do that in Andromeda. Ugh. I finished Andromeda, but it was very unsatisfying. I wanted my Mass Effect 2, man. Just want Mass Effect 2, but Mass Effect 4. I want Mass Effect 4 to be Mass Effect 2. Tingle's not gay, he's confused. I have over 220 hours on it, damn. I'm gonna play Breath of the Wild right now. Literally a very beautiful story. Really? Alright, let's debate this. It was a very predictable story, because we all know the format of Zelda games. There's always a Triforce, or like... There's always a Triforce, and there's always like a collection of elements to recreate the Triforce. And obviously you're gonna have like a dungeon, which a boss monster will exist for you to collect a part of that Triforce to create the Triforce at the end. Like, well, tell me about what you like about the story, because like the story was secondary in Breath of the Wild, I feel, because like it was all portrayed with memories. And dialogue and exposition from freeing your comrade spirits from the divine beasts. I don't know. Just felt nothing for the story. Have you played past Zelda games? I have only played one, which was the Minish Cap. But it generally follows the same formula. I actually have never finished a Zelda game other than the Minish Cap, which is not even like a proper Zelda game, right? Well, I think it is. It still has all the elements of a Zelda game. It had like cool growth and shrinking mechanics. It's pretty much the same thing. It didn't have Ganon in it. I think it had like someone called Vati. So I don't think, maybe it wasn't a Zelda game because it didn't have Vati in it. It was like basically a Zelda game for the, I think it was Game Boy Advance. I don't know if it was for the Advance. Maybe you could tell me about that. You can correct me, but that's the only Zelda game that I've finished. I think the idea of Majora's Mask was very interesting. I don't have the capabilities to play it anymore, but here is nice. It's an interesting concept, which I have not experienced for myself, so. But I'm happy to receive your thoughts on the matter. I just didn't feel anything for the story of Breath of the Wild. It's pretty much very Nintendo in the sense that it's a very reused story. Follows a very similar pattern and a very predictable outcome. I wasn't really blown away by it. Hey. Slowly putting on this road. Okay. If you haven't played past Zelda games, then you do not know the whole concept. When you can't say that because that's the point. If you know the others, then you know why this game makes sense in some ways. Okay, well I guess I don't know why it makes sense in certain ways, so a lot of that is missed on me. So as a new standalone game that was finally accessible to me, I got nothing. Just a new player, just want to play like Breath of the Wild. I know some of the history, like I know some of the history. I don't know how it ties in with like Skyward Sword or I don't know how it ties in there, or how the sailing one. I don't know how it. I don't know what that's all about. Or Twilight Princess. Don't know what that's all about. Yeah, the chronology doesn't really make sense. I think Breath of the Wild follows from Ocarina of Time, right? It's a sequel to Ocarina of Time, is that right? Maybe? I don't know. Where can you buy this? Online, possibly. But it will cost you a lot. because usually it's all handmade. But there are, I think you can buy like a shirt for like $200 or something. Might cost more. But this is all made by hand by me, so I'm not really selling, because I'm making this for me, and it's taken a long enough time already. Now, I finished Breath of the Wild, so Bodies in 2 games is it's a Zelda game. Okay. Ganon wasn't in Skyward Sword either, it's still a Zelda game, sure. I did Majora's Mask. Yeah, Majora's Mask. It was like a Skull Kid, right? Go educate yourself. On a story that I kind of already know. It's Ganon's the bad guy. You're the hero. Go kill him by getting the Triforce. That's it. That's the story of all Zelda games. All Zelda games follow that format. At least across generational consoles. Or you hit, or hit it with a newspaper. Yeah, man. But what if I like it? Every game connects back to Skyward Sword. Really? Huh. The reason the three are bound together, there's 3 timelines all branching from Skyward Sword. Oh yeah, I heard about this. Don't know too much about it, but it's like because I think one of them happened because like Link is sealed away, and then another one happens because the events of Skyward Sword didn't happen, or some shit like that. It's like, anyway, I heard about that vaguely in the Link to the Future. So Link to the Future is a YouTube video that mixes up Back to the Future and Link to and The Legend of Zelda, and explains the entire chronological timeline. It's great. It's funny too. It's an old video, but it's nice. Slowly but surely putting it on. It's a different hero. But why is Ganon the bad guy? I don't know. I think he was just like the embodiment of evil, right? Like where there is light, there is darkness. That kind of cliche. Isn't that right? Yeah, I hear like it's Link and Link's descendants, so it's not all the same person. But some games are about the same person, aren't they? I'm pretty sure like Ocarina's Link is Breath of the Wild's Link, right? Pretty sure that's the one. Pretty sure, because I heard it was a continuation. Well, if they ever make a remaster of Ocarina of Time so I can play it again with like some life, quality of life features, I would play it, and maybe I would get it. But I don't think they'll bring back Ocarina of Time. Like a HD version, which is why I'm looking forward to playing Final Fantasy VII Remake when that makes it to the PC. I hope it makes it to the PC as a port someday. Breath of the Wild is basically a fourth timeline, the Mythstalk timeline. Okay. Wind Waker and Spirit Tracks are the same. Okay. Now, Breath of the Wild is its own separate timeline. Oh. And what's going to happen in Breath of the Wild 2? I hope the Switch can handle Breath of the Wild 2. Or are they gonna be? Or is Nintendo gonna be dicks and they're gonna like? Is it a Switch Pro only? Oh, okay, Age of Calamity. So explain the 4 timelines to me. So, what was so important in Skyward Sword, and then why did it branch off into 4 timelines? I think it's just different endings, right? Like in one timeline, Link is sealed for 1,000 years. So like the gods had to drown the world to contain Ganon, and that's why you get like Spirit Waker, Wind Waker. That's right. That's like the only ending I know. Like, vague chronology that I know. Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be good story-wise. I'm thinking that Calamity Ganon obviously is not the real Ganon, okay? Because his corpse is underneath Hyrule Castle, is that right? There's something about a corpse in the preview. Like, that is like, what's the name? Man, I forget like the sand, the name of the sand people. Oh, Gerudos, yeah. Like the Gerudo version of Ganon, his corpse is underneath some kind of tomb. Is it underneath Hyrule Castle because it's the only one that can seal him, right? Pretty sure that's what it is. Okay, let me go sit in my car so I can tell you I can't do it while walking. Okay. Alright, I'm about to hear like the entire like I'm gonna get the truth bombs. I'm about to get educated here, right here. Yeah, Calamity Ganon obviously is not the real Ganon, okay. I thought like maybe Calamity Ganon is the real Ganon, but he gets revived with the corpse. Because, I don't know, Ganon always takes on the form of a gigantic pig. I don't know why. Only male Gerudo. Calamity Ganon is hatred and malice incarnate. Really? Then who is like regular Ganon? Like Gerudo Ganon? And who was the villain in Twilight Princess? Ganon again? I don't recall a villain in Twilight Princess. Oh, okay. So Ganon triggers Zant, the King of Twilight. Okay. So it was Zant, but Ganon... Okay, cool. What did Zant do for the rest of Hyrule? Did he just invade? Is that it? Oh shit. Too much force there. Alright, well, Reddit has finally clocked off. Might have to pick this up another time, Halo. It was a good time chatting to you. Hope you're doing well with the 3 jobs that you signed yourself up for. Hope you get back to Ranger and... Wait, you're doing security right now. That's right. Hope you get back to Rangering like you always wanted. Hope the apartment complex is good enough. Hope it's nice and peaceful, the apartment complex. You can see why you do a lot of Pokemon Go rounds, because you're just walking around the complex a lot. That makes sense. But the Zelda timeline? Oh, okay. I don't... You already lost me. You're trying to, like, explain, like... the 4 timelines and how they came to be. I'm just gonna connect one more ring and call it quits. I'll have to pick this up another time, Halo. It's 10 o'clock. I want to get my hour of gaming in. Probably on Smash. Nice. Alright. Okay, we linked a lot of chains, we squared off the ends, and we're finally like working our way down, attaching this row by row, making it wider, and eventually we're going to have ourselves a nice spot there to use. Although it won't be the end of it, because I am going to try and design some plates, so we'll get like steel plates, probably 1.6 millimeter, and start attaching like steel plates to this as well. Yeah, that's later down the track. For now, we'll call that a night. It's a lot of work. Alright, well, you can tell me all about it. I will be here at the workshop tomorrow. So, look for it. Talk to me then. Alright. Thanks for coming, Halo. Really appreciate your company. Hope things are okay with you. Like where you are. If you need to talk, I'm here. Alright, catch you later.